be mindful of the sun position on certain places that you fish, shallow and deep. Most people completely forget about it when they're fishing deep. They think, well, how can the sun get down that deep? How can it make a difference? I've seen it make a difference. And you hear people talk about, well, that's a morning spot. Well, that place, no, that's an afternoon spot. Some of you may have heard this, you know, especially on the pro circuit. Well, that spot is an early morning place. That's an afternoon spot. It seems to be better. I'll almost guarantee you it has to do with the sun position. Doesn't have any, well, they don't know it's 7 o'clock in the morning, so they need to go over there and be on that spot ready to eat. They don't know that, but they do know what areas make shade. Like if this, for example, if the sun's over here and it's early in the morning, this area here is going to be shaded. So those bass can sit down here like this down here, and they can hide in the shade, and then they've got their ambush. Then they're ready to ambush, and then in the afternoon, the sun gets over here, then the sun's beating on that. That's not an ambush point anymore. They're, you know, bait fish can see them wide open. So they may utilize a different place for their ambush point. Same thing can happen, you know, it may be, you know, role reversal. You know, maybe they're on this side in the afternoon because the sun's over here. You got to pay attention to a lot of those little things. Bill talked about it, you know, pay attention to little things. That's the things, the little things you got to pay attention to. It's the bill is tilted down slightly, similar to a DD22, and there's no other crankbait other than possibly this one that digs better than DD22. Deep diving crankbaits, when they hit the bottom, the ones that are more flat, like your Pose and your DT series, fat-free shads even, their bill angle is real flat, and when they hit the bottom, they don't dig as well. They have a tendency to hit and then kind of veer off before they come back into running straight on the bottom. That DD22 gets it, and it hugs the bottom. Even if you're burning it, you know, just bouncing it off the bottom, it digs is what I call it. It just stays kind of down on the bottom. This bait has a bill that's down, kind of does the same thing. Learning what to look for and when to throw it. And if I show up to a tournament and, you know, well, it's, you know, after the spawn. If it's after the spawn, no matter where you are, if it's 2 weeks after the spawn is over, I'm gonna have a deep crankbait on. I may not throw it a lot, or I may throw it all day, but I know that that's the time that it starts to trigger to come on, and it works throughout the rest of the year until the water gets cold. Like I said, above 50 degree, like shallow cranking, but it tends to be with the deep cranking, the hotter the better. I mean, if it's so hot that you got sweat running down the swindle, you know, I mean, you got it running down the back of you. That's a Freudian slip there. Then that's when you know that deep diving crankbaits fishing is on.
Hey, I'm Pete Gluzek.
And I'm Mike Iaconelli.
And this is Bass University TV.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests.
Everywhere I go in the country, I'm trying to use these techniques because I catch big fish that way.
From on the water to in the classroom.
We want to use that bait to help make that area even smaller and really, really find that sweet spot.
You'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills.
You want something that's got a nice limber action, that's going to allow you to build pressure and keep those hooks pinned against that fish's mouth.
Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time.
Hold on, because you're going to catch some big fish.
Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best.
That's a key theory in all of fishing.
Subscribe to Bass University TV today.
Man, does it trigger a lot of strikes.
Here's the part that you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is the Bass University TV exclusive.